In the June 13th episode, Val predicts Prince Harry's next move, but there's a catch.
See, the problem is we've got Black Moon Lilith in the middle of the nodes. So something a little bit shady could be coming up. Oh, God. It's a wowza collaboration, maybe some kind of new venture.
June 14th.
Can be a person in PR, maybe.
The Sussexes make a controversial new hire from the Crown series. Each week, Val and Amber make royal predictions and track breaking news headlines. June 6th, Val and Amber see trouble for Prince William.
Pretty much in the next few days.
Oh, this is like a shocking secret exposed.
It's almost like I can't believe this whole time that she was doing that. Prince William, check in the finance department, right? Who do you think this woman is to Prince William?
That Four of Pentacles, this is the person who holds the purse and holds the money.
June 28th, a wealthy donor is accused of selling royal access.
Welcome to World Predictions and Royal Revelations. I'm Astrologer Val Evans. It is Friday, July 25th, and I'm here with Amber to read the charts and tarot cards, review news headlines, and predict shocking royal and world events. We are live every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. GMT. Head over to Instagram and follow me for more charts. Just go to @undercoverastrologer. Today we're looking into the shocking royal mystery of Rosie Roche, who died last week and is the cousin of Prince William and Prince Harry. We're going to look at the crime chart for her as well as her solar return chart to see if we can get to the bottom of this terrible tragedy in which she has reportedly herself. So if you're new here, welcome to the show. The content here is for royal watchers and mundane astrology fans, but we also show you how to predict your future using your solar return charts. So, and a special thanks to our replay crew and our members, the valedictorians. So thank you so much. Also, click the join button if you're interested in becoming a member. Also, don't forget, go to Amazon if you're interested in looking at your job chart, which is your hire date. And it's basically drawing a horoscope of your job. Find out who you need to look out for in your job, how your boss is going to be, all of these different things you can find out from your hire date. And if you're interested in finding out where Amber is, getting a reading, I just got a reading the other day from her and it was wild. It was totally what I was not expecting. A lot of fun. Go to @Taurus Moon Tarot 761. And I also, in my description boxes, I have her email address. And so there's Rosie Jean Burke Roche, born on June 21st, 2005, was Prince William and Prince Harry's cousin. She was the granddaughter of Princess Diana's uncle, Edmund Roche, 5th Baron Fermoy, who died in 1984 of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, per the New York Times. Lovely lady. It must be heartbreaking for her family. Just a complete and total shock. She was a humanitarian. She gave to charities. She was up and coming. She was excited about her future. And she was in school. She was a student and just getting ready for a holiday with her friends. But there's something behind the scenes that we're going to take a look at. Before I get to this was a request I had last week. We're going to look at the Live Aid chart real quick. Let me say hello to Amber first. Hello, Amber. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing well, and it's kind of crazy what's been in the news. We keep seeing those threes. We see kings. A lot of people are losing their dads, and that's Saturn, which would be father, conjunct Neptune, which is disappear. Dads disappear. So we're seeing Hulk Hogan's daughter. We're seeing Ozzy Osbourne's daughter. They're all coming out. There's so much Leo energy. So some Leos are exiting the building. I wanted to ask you some of your observations for the coming week.
Well, I do think there might be more around the story with Rosie. And I really didn't do much of a pull. I wanted to kind of be in the moment, but I pulled an oracle card, and it fascinates me because I really haven't read many articles around her.
No.
But the image that you just shared, this image of her face, it just reminds me of her face. And then I see both of us wearing white or cream, and then this woman in this white dress, it's the sovereignty card. And it just gave me chills when I pulled this one single card. And it's the Queen of the Moon, speaking of royals, royal family member. It's interesting. I think we'll be excited to see the charts.
And the moon is playing a part in one of the charts that I have for her. It's going to give a prediction for the next couple of months. So I'm going to show you that. And hello, everyone. I've got Eleanor here. Hello, Eleanor. Katie's here. Thank you so much. And Karen's here. Nice to see you, Karen. Elphaz, Jen, and Buckeye Clay Fan, who is moderating. Also, thank you, Angel, for reminding everyone to subscribe, and also helps us out if you share some of our content. So please, if you see something that you like, share it with a friend. Michelle asked last week, can I ask if there's any way you can look at the Live Aid chart that we celebrated last weekend for the 40th anniversary? It would be lovely to see that positive energy clues. So interesting, this chart. So Live Aid, of course, was 2 huge, epic concerts. And it was funny because we had Americans and the English in both of them, one in London and one in Philly. I'd rather be in the one in London, but so many just icons performing that on that day. So that was at noon. And in 1985, July 13th, doors opened at 10 a.m. And so here is the chart. Now, I didn't do much research on this, and I thought I might actually do it in real time here. But first of all, what's so interesting about the chart is, of course, the rising sign is in the sign of musicians, which is Libra. And so that's also harmony too. Maybe harmony of the world, making harmonies with each other, which some of the bands did. And so before I get to that, what's really interesting is you can see the moon. Actually, I think, did I do it? No, I thought I had it in here, but you could see a trine to the moon. And that means that this chart, this horoscope is famous, super famous. And also you have the Venus with the moon, which is twinning women. A lot of tats, probably, because Chiron is tats. Gemini is small tats. House are foreign people, and foreign people are singing. But I love how there's Venus and the moon together. This is famous females, groups of famous females. Doesn't mean there aren't famous men in there. You also have Mars here. Mars is a man. In Cancer is a famous man. Especially 2 famous men. I think it was Bob Geldof, and I think he had somebody else helping him too. But really interesting how there is a trine to Saturn. When you have a nice trine to Saturn, I guess it doesn't matter if you have retrograde or not. Even though it was a little bit weak, it shows that this would be a concert that people would talk about for many, many, many years. It would be historic.
Yes.
So the concert of history. And also interesting how you got some cats up here. So got some kings. These are rock gods. You've got Leo, and then trining Uranus is foreign rock stars. Uranus is like the electric guitar and that kind of thing. So super interesting. And the concert itself is fun. So it's the 5th house, and makes sense that it would be in Aquarius, which would be a humanitarian type of concert. Look at where Uranus is, the ruler of the 5th house. It's in the 3rd, in Sag. Sag is a foreign concert. And then a trine to Part of Fortune. So a very, very successful concert. Also, it makes a grand trine here with Aries. I don't really know. This is maybe playing guitar really fast, but it's very ambitious,
Mhm.
very take charge advocacy, which I think this was. There were a lot of advocates here
Yeah.
who wanted to make change, which would be Uranus. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So omens and symbols. Of course, we were looking at the sentencing for Brian Koberger. We've got the omen of 3 again, the number 3. So he speaks just 3 words when given a chance to explain why he killed the Idaho students, which some of you have been following that. Also, we were talking about, I guess we were looking at the solar return chart for the US. And we have 2 different days. This one was 4 days ago. The other one was, I think, yesterday, where planes are being grounded, which is typical in Mercury retrograde. But this is some serious glitches here, and a lot of people are suffering there.
Yeah.
3 again. We've got Malcolm Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show, Hulk Hogan, and Ozzy Osbourne. So we were seeing the 3 way before we saw. Suddenly, it was like the same week we lost these celebrities. People are calling them Gen X celebrities,
Yeah.
and Malcolm Jamal Warner is a Leo. Hulk Hogan's a Leo, and the rising sign planet for Ozzy Osbourne, which is Pluto, is in Leo. So we're talking serious Leo energies. The Leos left the building, and they're all fathers too. So there's that Saturn, which is the father, Neptune. And remember with Malcolm Jamal Warner, I guess he got caught in a riptide or something and drowned. So Neptune would be father drowns. And with Aries, of course, Aries is very fast moving water. So we looked at this last time. Here are all the things that Saturn and Neptune could represent. And then just looking at real quick last week's weekly prediction, in which we take the time starting at midnight on Sunday for London, we can see different clues coming in for world predictions. And we were talking about this Venus here in this T-square, and it's right here, and thinking that something is going to come in on Friday. I've been looking, and this is 18 degrees. This is like I think this might be a very evil man, and doing something. Maybe it's stealing from women. I'm not sure what it is. Might come in. Well, I guess it is pretty late there for London, but I guess, do you want to pull a card for that? We did last week, but this could be a really bad guy that we're going to hear about maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. The Lovers and the Fool. But the first card I actually pulled, the one tarot card I did pull about today's conversation, you could see this person as a thief. I've shared this before, the Four of Pentacles, where someone is, purse snatcher. We talked about the purse before, but it's something international. This is the international card. And with the Lovers, it's like more than one. Two people. It feels like 2 victims, but it's a woman or women.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely seems like women. Sometimes with the square with Mars, it's evil women, evil critical women.
Yeah. Could they be? Its tower came out in reverse. So usually it's something unsuccessful.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like when something like that's in a T-square. Oh, you know what? I wonder if, okay, let me go back here. 17 degrees. That's a Leo type of lady. Then we've got Neptune, which could be a disguise. So these women are disguised.
Yeah.
Foreign women disguised and doing something pretty. 6th house could be a hospital, healthcare. I don't know, but I think we're going to find out soon.
Yeah.
Now, I did a horary. I do a horary, which is really looking at the time when you're thinking about something. They say to ask a question, which I did in this case, but I don't always ask a question and pull the chart. Sometimes I'll just, like, I'm looking at the Amy Bradley
Yes.
The documentary.
Mhm.
And I just, while I'm watching it, I don't have a question. I just pull the time because I'm watching it then. And I want to
Yeah.
see what I can see from the chart.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm feeling kind of like blah, I'll
Mm.
pull a horary and I'll just say me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it'll come up with maybe
Mhm.
things that I'm feeling, things that are going to be happening, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I don't think the rule necessarily has to be that you have to ask a question for the horary, but what happened to Rosie? So this is what I pulled yesterday as I'm working on these charts. And I couldn't help but notice that opposition with, wow, a lot of royals here.
Mm.
This isn't just showing that she comes from royalty.
Right.
This is like maybe people who maybe are in the kingdom. Let's just say in the kingdom.
Yeah.
But Pluto represents.
Yeah.
So is it possible that there is someone nefarious that we don't know about
Mm.
that has to do with this mystery?
Mm. Three of Pentacles. Three people. That is Mercury too.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Mm. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, more Mercury, Virgo energy. Both of these are sort of Virgo. This is like someone had something to gain from her. It's like a group has something to gain, or they felt like they were at a disadvantage. That's the word that comes to my mind. If there was any kind of motivation for someone else or other people, it feels like I was disadvantaged. Could be financially too.
Okay, maybe jealous. This could be bullying, what I'm seeing with a group of Leos in an opposition. This is massive. Like I say massive because Pluto's massive. This is big time bullying.
Yeah. The
Could
hierarchy comes out too. That's an organization. Mm-hmm.
Well, she was working in an organization. One thing I always think is kind of sketch is when the coroner immediately comes out and says no foul play. Like it comes out a little too fast.
Yeah.
I'd like them to wait a little while,
Yeah.
maybe a few days, definitely get to the bottom of it. But
Right.
the problem was that this girl was planning on a trip. Now, there are different nuances to planning a trip. You could be mad and upset and you're planning a trip. Or you could be going on vacation with your friends and you're excited
Mhm.
about it. And there's no way you would do something like that. So it kind of depends
Yeah.
how things.
I was going to say that going away from something. This isn't with purpose and intention to move away from something difficult.
Okay. So maybe she was depending on her friends to just maybe help her get a moment of clarity or sanity or something like that. Maybe that's why she was going away.
Yeah.
Let me look at and let me ask you this before I move on. Did she have any mental problems that would cause her to drive herself?
Mm. Wow. It's a no card, and here's why. Queen of Swords in the upright is clear-minded, sharp as a tack. If it were in the reverse, then I would question stability, your thoughts and the way you're thinking. But in the upright, that feels like super clear, truthful, communicative.
We have a T-square here. This is in the horary chart, and Chiron is here. This seems like somebody who is really angry. This is beyond angry. Pluto is squaring Chiron. This is, well, obviously it's devastating wounds.
Right.
And there's just a group of people, looks like three people, three or more.
Yep.
And they're just not thinking correctly. So that might be in the mix here. Of course, the chart itself is Aquarius. So Aquarius can represent not aspected well. But let me go back here.
The last card is the Empress. She's very young. I don't think she was pregnant, right? But I see Pluto on the, I don't know.
There's a possibility. There's a possibility. Because this is definitely pregnancy.
Right.
This is a lover.
Right. And that 3 of Pentacles, 3 people.
Whoa. There's also a woman in here too. Venus at 22 degrees, which is
Oh gosh.
kill or be killed right here.
Yeah.
And so this is a very, very angry woman. If there is, and of course this is for entertainment purposes only, if there is an angry woman in this scenario, can you tell us more about her?
That card again about an organization.
That's wild.
Well, there's a woman. Star card, maybe someone with some fame.
Yes.
It's like, and that's a goal. It's Aquarius with a not such a good masculine by her side. The King of Wands in reverse is it could be considered someone who is a
boss.
Or that they have infidelity.
Oh my God. Well, can I ask you this? And I think one of my charts is going to tell us the truth about this, but is the truth going to come to light in the near term?
It's in the upright. It's sort of the ugly truth. It's the ugly truth with the devil, but it may take time because that's Saturn.
Okay. Oh God. All right.
Yeah.
Yikes. Let's see. Okay. So if you want to pull your solar return chart, of course, you go to AstroSeek, and then you go and click on the solar return for the year of your last birthday, and you're going to click the solar only tab, not the solar and birth. So that's what we're going to do for Rosie and see what's up. Now, I tried to rectify her chart. I only knew her date and location, but I gave it my best shot. And what I came up with happened to be 8 degrees in Cancer. And what's interesting, now I'm starting to put this together, because at first, before I talked to you, I saw that Jupiter there, which can represent a mate or a significant other. So I thought maybe there's either a man or a jealous man involved. But now that we're talking about this, it certainly looks like there's a guy maybe that we don't know about in the 12th house. Somebody who is in the background here. Very, very angry here. Yeah. So the moon would represent the chart here. There are 2 squares here. There's a square to Pluto, which would be Pluto in the 8th is a shocking pregnancy. Or shocking. Often you see, if you see a pregnancy, you see because that's Pluto. I think this is one of the biggest clues, is that you've got Venus opposing Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. This is revenge. Hard to believe that somebody that would look like Rosie, looks just like such a sweet girl, probably goes to church, wouldn't hurt a fly. But it's interesting how these solar return charts happen, because suddenly energy comes in and you can't control it. And it does look like there's some woman there she'll do anything for revenge.
Right.
So
could it be that she's not part to this, but maybe someone who heard or has information or knows something about someone in power?
It's possible, but you see that 15 degrees. This is like, this is the assassination degree. And it's in a T-square. So this is someone who is very jealous. Very jealous. Because it's her solar return chart, it's going to reflect what you're seeing, what's around you. Not necessarily, somebody who's next to you or you, maybe, like as an example, it might show the board of directors and all the problems they're having that you can't really tell that they're having, but it's going on in the background. So that's a possibility. But let's look at her boss. And the boss in your solar return chart is the sun. And that is squaring Neptune and Saturn. So this is this could be an authority figure here.
I have 3 kings in reverse in this spread for her. 3 of the 4 kings are in the reverse, which indicates maybe more than one male leader. They're all in reverse in their worst detriment. Their worst qualities are obvious: controlling, maybe dishonest, someone who's manipulative. Those are very yucky energies.
If I were to rectify this correctly, you would see that there is somebody here, and then like her chart would start June 21st, and it would be that first month because it was just her birthday. Oh, and the Cancer rising can show mother. We might show some mother. We might see some mother energy somewhere. And Mercury squaring. Mercury is how you think. Mercury is that year anyway. And when it squares Aries, this is somebody who is extremely upset and angry at something. I don't know, but it looks like there's some things that we may find out. Let me see. Yeah, there's Saturn, Neptune. This is super strong in her chart. Somebody who, I mean, it is a scandal. It's potentially a scandal. And then also, if you were to look at this as a calendar, the sun comes in. You could see the sun probably in the beginning of August. It's a little sextile here to the 11th house. I think that the internet, which is the 11th house, they are going to be sleuthing. Can you tell us a little bit about what the internet's going to be doing in August when it comes to Rosie? I think it might get a little bit obsessive.
Oh, the only king left, and he's in the upright, and it's the Aquarius card, the internet. And this is enthusiasm, and this is seek and find the truth, with the King of Swords in the upright. Could be finding things online, documents. Page of Wands is about someone's personal life. That's a very social card. So will there be something around social connections?
Okay.
Queen of Cups. A woman might actually lead it. It almost feels like is someone who she knows going to be the internet sleuth leader? Someone she actually knows.
Okay.
In that circle, that's not usually the case, but
yeah. I am just going to look and see this stream here. I don't think we're on. I think it kicked us off. I think we're still
recording.
Yeah, you can't see us on here. So what will happen is the recording will go on and everybody can see it. So what a bummer. I don't know why that happened. I certainly didn't press anything.
Yeah.
So super interesting though. All right. And let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the crime chart. Here's the crime chart.